Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about Ben from Questing Beasts' shocking statement that 5e players expect their dungeon masters to be reference books, like massively knowledgeable about every single rule, expect epic storytelling, and most importantly, they expect their dungeon master to be their life coach. So I 100% agree with him. I think he's 100% correct on this statement. If you don't think he said it, link below, baby. He said it, right? Go check it out. It is a shocking admission from a major OSR champion, right? And he's 100% correct. So what I want to talk about is, where did this expectation of a dungeon master being a life coach come from? Well, it is very, very simple, and I'm going to tell it to you right now. We have millions of Dungeons and Dragons 5e players who have learned to expect life coaching from dungeon masters from Matthew Mercrer. Matthew Mercrer broke it down super simple. He jumps in, he goes, oh yes, you can bet I'm a reference book, right? Matthew Mercrer is so much of a reference book for Dungeons & Dragons 5e. He knows the rules so much backwards and forwards that he is literally a D&D canon hardback author twice, right? He is on Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, and he's on Call of the Netherdeep, okay? Call to the Netherdeep. I'm not sure if it's all worth two. All right, and and so he's absolutely has system mastery, right? He is an epic storyteller. Like, he is world famous for being an epic storyteller. But boy, oh boy, he is the ultimate Dungeons & Dragons life coach. And you know what he said to every single person who sat at his table, with the exception of Ryan Okaba? He said, listen up, everybody. Dungeons & Dragons is M&M. D&D, M&M, right? What is Dungeons & Dragons? Listen up. I'm life coaching you. I'm life coaching you, Laura Bailey. I'm life coaching you, Travis Willingham. I'm life coaching you, Marisha Ray. I'm life coaching you, Ashley Johnson. I'm life coaching you, Taliesin Jaffe. I'm life coaching you, Sam Riegel. Listen the heck up. Dungeons and Dragons is about money and marriage, right? And he's like, hey, I'm running you through this Dungeons and Dragons game, but what I'm going to give you really is marriage and money, right? So yes, you sit at the Dungeons and Dragons table and you just spin out an incredibly epic tale together, and you do Dungeons and Dragons. But you know what? You fall in love with the person that's next to you, right? Marisha Ray, I'm going to marry you. You're not going to be alone. You're going to be able to procreate. And D&D is marriage. And guess what? The marriage between us is going to literally be birthed from this Dungeons and Dragons game. Oh, and then if you don't think he's a life coach, Travis Willingham and Laura Bailey are like, oh, maybe wait, because you get married. We're like, yeah, right? Or remain married. We're like, and be married and then procreate. And we're like, yeah. D&D about marriage. D&D is about marriage. D&D is about marriage. D&D is about not being alone. D&D is about, life coached, get better, don't suck, do more, master the dungeon and beyond, exactly the way Gary Gygax put on the Dragon magazine for 20 years, right? You master the dungeon, then you master life, right? And then he was like, and it's about money. You play Dungeons and Dragons and you become a millionaire. I will make you a millionaire, every single one of you. If you think I'm wrong, if you don't think every single person I just listed is a millionaire, you ain't paying attention. They are definitely millionaires, every single one. So people expect their dungeon master to be a life coach because they have seen it. They have seen it for 7 years, right? Matthew Mercer's like, D&D is about marriage and money. We're all going to have marriage. We're all going to have money. Let's go. That's it. I'm life coaching you. Done, right? And so, of course, it is completely reasonable that every Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition person is like, what are you going to give me? Is there going to be, I got, one car in my drive right now, and this Dungeons & Dragons game is going to give me 2 cars, right? And I'm going to be better at everything every single thing I do, including love. And if you think that's an outrageous expectation, you ain't paying attention. It's been modeled for 7 years in the greatest Dungeons & Dragons game ever put on film, right? Like, Matthew Mercer's been saying to the world, Dungeons & Dragons is about marriage and money, right? Yeah, we tell a story. Yep. And from that, we become so excited, and there's so much socialization, and there's so much, and Dungeons & Dragons is so powerful. And so that's why, so Matthew Mercrer modeled it. He's like, yes, of course I'm a life coach. I've turned every single person that ever has touched this game into a king or queen of the world. Right? Yes, I'm a life coach, right? And so it is 100% reasonable right? For every 5e player to come to the table and saying, you're going to improve my love life, you're going to improve my bank account. Let's go. Let's do it. Because I've already seen it done. Get it done. Get to work. Mercer me. Dungeons & Dragons me. Dungeons & Dragons about marriage and money. Done. Right? And if you think I'm wrong, go back to the video and just take a look and literally look at Ben from Questing Beast going, oh yeah, every 5e player now expects their dungeon master to life coach them. I've been saying this for 3 years. Thank you, Ben, for rubber stamping it, like, and for completely acknowledging it and saying, yes, if you're a 5e, if you are a 5e player, you have massive expectations of anybody that sits in that dungeon master seat. And I've been saying, like, I get why people don't want to be dungeon masters because it's outrageously difficult, right? But if you're a person who wants to serve up nothing, there's a place for you. The OSR will gladly accept you. They have lots of players who have zero expectations on their dungeon master beyond rolling on a random encounter table and serving up the next living thing for them to hack in half. That's literally their only expectation. So everybody's served. Like, if you're a tier 1 intellectual, right, and you actually care about rules mastery, epic storytelling, and you want to be a better person, 5e is the place for you. If you are a person who has expectations of nothing for yourself and have no intentions or desire to improve, OSR is the place for you. So everybody gets served, right? Now, in my opinion, if you're on the OSR, get over to 5e because you're in the wrong place. That's my humble opinion. I am so eager to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.